Hi guys, Renee here. Today we're just making a center cut pork roast. I'm in a pinch, so I looked in my freezer. I have a frozen, around 6 pound frozen center cut pork loin roast, and she's a beauty. And all I did was, remember, this is frozen solid. It is frozen. So usually takes about 20 minutes per pound. This will double. So this will be 40 minutes per pound to cook, around about, because it is frozen solid. So always just double your time approximately. And this is a 6 pound, around a 6 pound pork roast. And so you're looking at around 4 hours. I've got my oven back there preheated 375, and it will check it in about, we're going to cover it up with foil, and we're going to check it about 3 hours, and then we'll uncover it for an hour. So it's going to be about 4 hours cooking. So, but all I did is pull it out of the freezer, took it out of its casing, cut a little bit of fresh onion. It's optional. You don't have to do the onion or the couple peppers and a touch of celery. You don't have to do that. It'll be delicious, just seasoned, and put just a tad of water in the bottom. Just a little bit of water, just to cover the bottom good. And your favorite seasonings. I use mine, my go-to that I always use, which is just salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and a touch of rosemary. I use it all the time. You can use your favorite. And like I said, all I did is cut up a couple little fresh peppers, vegetables, and threw it on top after I seasoned it. That's all I did. And I sprayed it with cooking spray. That's it. Pulled out a frozen solid pork and just threw those couple little things on it, put a little water in the bottom, season it up good, your favorite seasoning. We're going to wrap it up with some foil here, and we are going to throw it in the oven for 3 hours at 375. And then when it comes out, we're going to make just a quick gravy. I just got a quick packet gravy. Today I'm going to use, I have country white gravy. I thought that sounded good. Okay, we got this little beauty covered up. It's all nice and sealed tight with just some foil put over it. We're going to put it in 375 oven, and we're going to cook it for 3 hours. And then we're going to check it. And my tip for today is, you don't have to do this, but I do it pretty much every time. As you can see, this is tipped upside down, and this pork loin does not have a lot of fat on the top. But usually most of your pork loins or your spare ribs, or even your slabs of beef, they'll have a slab of fat on top. I mean, you want to cut most of that back the best you can, but when you're cooking it at any time in anything, whether it's an air fryer, oven, whatever you're using, crock pot, always tip it with the fat side up. It just, all the flavors melts into the meat. You don't have to do it. It's not a big thing if you don't do it, but it just usually with the fat side up, when you season it and everything, it renders a lot of the fat and all the spices into the meat. Okay, it's been 3 hours at 375, and it looks pretty good. Usually it takes about 4 hours, but we always check it, make sure what the internal temperature is. So we're going to put this meat thermometer right in the thickest part and see what it is. And we'll check and see what the internal temperature is. Okay, you can see that it's well over 160, which it means it's done. We're in the center, thickest part of the meat. And what happened was it cooked really fast because we put that water in the bottom. And that's why we always check them early, so we don't overcook them. And it didn't take quite as long with it being frozen solid, because we put that and it basically steamed it. With the foil in there, it basically steamed it, so it cooked quicker. So this is done. We're just going to brown it up. I'm going to put it on broil high and put it in the middle of the rack and check it in a few minutes. Okay, all we did is do 4 minutes on high broil in the center of the oven. And this is good enough for me. Nice and brown and golden. You can do more, you can do less, you can even skip it. You don't even got to broil it if you don't want to. I just thought it would be really nice just to broil it for a few minutes. So we're going to cut it up and we're going to make our gravy. Okay, for gravy, you can make it many different ways. All I did is grab, like I told you, I was in a pinch today. Just wanted to be easy, but I want a good, wholesome meal. That's what they're all about. I just grabbed a packet gravy. It's a 2-cup packet gravy. You can make them so much homemade so quickly just by using, all this is a cup and a half. The gravy calls for 2 cups of water. I have 1.5 boiled water and 1 cold. A half a cup of cold water that's already in here with this. That's all I did is mix it, half cup cold water, and then it's 1.5 cups, the rest boiled water. But no. We take our delicious gravy. It's hot. This is boiling, literally boiling already. All we're doing is taking a cup and a half of that and putting it in the half a cup in gravy right here, and we're going to whisk it. Okay, so all we did is put that cup and a half of juices from our pork roast in here with that half a cup of cold water with that just packet gravy. And like I said, you can use any kind you want. Brown, pork. This is a white gravy, just like a white sausage gravy. And look at that. And remember, that's mixed in with them juices from the pork loin. Talk about just totally being so quick, literally like 30, it was hot, so it came to a boil in like 30-40 seconds, and it's done. Oh my goodness, we cut it, and we haven't even put the gravy on yet. It looks so good, and we haven't even put on the gravy. Okay guys, we put the gravy on. It looks delicious, so quick, so easy, and all this is I grabbed some boxed potatoes, and all I added was some butter, parsley, and some minced garlic that I had in the refrigerator in a jar. So that's why it looks so delicious. You know, lots of times I do my homemade potatoes, but when I'm in a pinch like today, no big deal. Just did the boxed potatoes, put in some parsley, a little extra butter, and some minced garlic, and voila. Looks like the restaurants. And all we did, it looks like we've been in here all day, and it was just a couple hours of it being cooked in the oven, and no time at all. The gravy, using that gravy from the drippings, delicious. I mean, that's a great meal. My husband's gonna be so happy. So easy to do. And the potatoes, little butter, like I said, put a little parsley in there. So easy to do. And it isn't nothing to get great quality and like a meal that you've been in the kitchen for 8 hours. So easy to do. Can't wait to eat this. If you have any questions, remember it's always step-by-step in the description on my page. If you have any questions, it's all there, step-by-step. Such a good meal. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Happy cooking and baking.